RGF Production.
We're reporting live here from the plantations of Jackson, Mississippi. The slaves actually watered it today. Plants are very moist. I'm here with my co-star live here on a plantation in Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Cameraman Payne Peraza. Co-star Luis Cordero. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And yourself, sir?
I'm doing well.
I didn't
The
know.
Yanomami are farmers who did not have slaves and made up this largest group of whites in the South. Luis?
Tenant farmers were farmers who worked on lands owned by another and pays rent either in cash or crops.
Fixed costs. Their regular expenses, such as housing or maintaining equipment, that remains about the same year after year.
To receive the best prices, planters sold their cotton to agents in cities such as New Orleans, Charleston, Mobile, and Savannah.
The agents of the exchanges extended.
The plantations of Jackson, Mississippi, as you can see here. The plants are very moist. Slaves just watered them. Okay, let's get started. The human.
The Yanomami were farmers who did not have slaves and made up the largest group of whites in the South.
Of course. Tenant farmers were farmers who worked on lands owned by another and pays rent either in cash or crops.
Fixed costs are regular expenses such as housing or maintaining equipment that remains about the same year after year.
To receive the best prices, planters sold their cotton to agents in cities such as New Orleans, Charleston, Mobile, and Savannah.
The agents of the exchanges extended credit, which is a form of loan to the planters, and held the cotton for several months until the price rose. Then the agents sold the cotton. This system kept the planters always in debt because they did not receive payment for their cotton until the agents sold it.
Very great.
Wow.
It was very great. The wife of a plantation owner generally was in charge of watching over the enslaved workers who toiled in their home, tending to them when they became ill. Women often led a difficult and lonely life on the plantation. It's very true.
Large plantations needed many different kinds of workers. Some enslaved people worked in the house, cleaning, cooking, doing laundry, sewing, and serving meals. They were called domestic slaves. They were supervised by an overseer, a plantation manager, which we are on right now. Plantation manager is nowhere to be found.
Yes. By 1860, the population of Baltimore had reached 2,012. And the population of New Orleans exceeded 165,000.
Wow.
The 10 largest cities in the South were either seaports or river ports. Among the cities located at the crossroads of the railroads were Columbia, South Carolina. How do you say this word, sir?
Chattanooga, Tennessee, Montgomery, Alabama,
Jackson, Mississippi, where we're
our current
presently-
location.
Yes, very crazy.
And Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Now back
Thank you. Thank you.
Now back to you.
Shut up, I didn't ask. And then,
Section, we're going to be talking about the Southern Cotton King.
Cotton was not the only crop grown in the South, but this crop fueled the South.
The Upper South consists of Maryland, Virginia, Tennessee, and North Carolina.
The Deep South consists of Georgia, South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, Arkansas, and Texas.
William Gregg was a merchant from Charleston, South Carolina.
Joseph Ray Anderson took over Tradegar Iron Works in the 1840s.
Section 2.
The Yanomami were farmers who did not have slaves and made up the largest group of whites in the South.
Tenant farmers were farmers who worked on lands owned by another and paid rent either in cash or crops.
Fixed costs are regular expenses such as housing or maintaining equipment that remain.
The beliefs of the southern states found expression in the spiritual and African American religious folk song.
Oh.
Slave codes were laws in the southern states that controlled enslaved people.
Nat Turner was a popular religious leader among his fellow slaves.
Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass were two African American leaders who were born into slavery and gained their freedom when they fled to the north.
That's it.
I hope you did. Oh, we finished.
Is there a back?
No, this is section 1 on the. I put section 3 on the. Right from the field, as you see a slave walking away, going
Sunny
back to his
escape.
plantation. Now back to our segment.
Okay, let's go.
hey, bro, let's cut off.
To the plantation now. All right. In the plantation of Jackson, Mississippi, I'm here with my co-star Luis Cordero. How are you doing today?
Doing good, and you?
As you see, he has cotton that slaves have grew in their hair.
Bro.
We just set a goal, talking about your Lambos. I fit the 6